Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome to episode 2 of Taunt Talk. I'm your host, Retaunted, and joining us today we have got the one, the only, the beta, Joken.
I'm gonna end this broadcast. Can you stop? That's it. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Yo, what's up, lad? Hi. My name is Joken.
Alright, so first off, let's talk about the mixer situation.
Where do we begin?
Let's begin at the start. So,
What shall we say? Yeah, go on.
right, so let's begin at the start with when you first started streaming on there. And then we'll start with the whole shutdown scenario later.
Okay. So obviously, like how I started my streaming career, or
Yeah.
like what made me. Okay, basically, I stopped. I didn't have work for ages and that, and it was hard for me to find a job. It was becoming too repetitive for me whilst looking for a job. I kept getting declined. So I thought, you know what? Like I was playing with friends and that, like yourself. I was playing with Anthony Retaunted. I was playing with Gold Dust. I was playing with Casually Derpy. And I was playing with I forgot who the other one is. Don't tell on me, all right? Yeah, that's the one. That's it. And basically, yeah, we played. Then I came up with an idea saying, would you guys like to maybe stream on that, like Fortnite or something like that, when Fortnite wasn't even a thing. Like it was just literally the first time.
This was season 1 of Fortnite.
This was literally the beginning before everything all came over and screwed it up.
Yeah.
But enough of that. That's a Fortnite talk. But what's it called? Then we were like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And then I was playing, and when I wasn't playing with them, I was playing with like my buds from Africa, who I met through Overwatch as well. They were funny. But yeah, no, then we decided to make a little stream team. So it was me, Retaunted, Casually Derpy, and Gold Dust. Gold Dust joined later on and that.
Oh, it wasn't Gold Dust, by the way. It was actually Becca, by the way. Cue there.
Well, Becca was.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Like Becca was the first original. I forgot. Do you know? I forget her name. I don't mean to no offense, Becca, if you're watching this. But yeah, no, I was. And then Goldust joined a few months later, and we had a lot of fun in that. And it became apparent to me, like every morning we would stream, and like I would always ask if everyone wants to play and all that stuff. Most of the time, there was at least one person saying yes. But there were some days where no one would say, yeah, I'm going to take a break and that. Whereas I wanted to actually do it because I was still bored out of my mind whilst looking for a job.
Yeah.
So at first and that, I was like, all right, I'll call it a break as well then. But then I realized that there was a pattern going, that sometimes we would stop and that. And there was times where I knew I wanted to go. So I put myself out of my co-stream when Mixer was doing co-streams. Well, I still did do co-streams. I went out of my comfort zone and decided to stream on my own and that, and it was amazing the amount of support I got from the community. And it was we had a lot of friends and switched everyone over. And then, but during streams, I would sometimes have someone like Goldust that would say, "Hey, I'm willing to play it now if you guys are down. Is there I could join for a co-stream?" And I was like, "Yeah." So it was no problem. I didn't mind co-streaming later on or whatever with people if they felt like not playing at that time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just become a progressive thing in the way we was growing a bigger community, making more fun, making more memes on Fortnite. It was amazing. This was when Fortnite was so good. I loved Fortnite.
But back in its heyday.
Back in the day, back in the God era.
I remember that because at first, for the first couple of weeks, it was every morning 9 a.m. p.m. That's not morning. Every morning 9 a.m. we were up live Mixer, quad co-stream and playing Fortnite. And then obviously I went back to college, so obviously I couldn't do the 9 a.m. Sessions due to me already being at college by 8 a.m. So it was obviously I was gone from that situation and doing costumes later in the day when I was back from college.
Mm.
Obviously, Derpy. No offense, Derpy, if you're watching this, but Derpy fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, she did. She just did a Houdini, and then she even changed. Do you know she came back on Mix Up, but she came with a different name. I think it was called Miss Kitty Rage or something like that. And I when I first came back, when I first came into her stream, I was blocked. I was like, what? And I raided her as well, and now, and I was like, everyone's raiding, and like, I can't type. So then someone told her, and then she unbanned me and that. So I don't know what happened there, but yeah, no, it's all good now. But it's good to see. I hope she's doing well.
I know what happened there, but we're not gonna talk about it because it's private situation.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah.
right.
But yeah, I do know what happened there. But she goes by Miss Salty now.
Oh yeah, that's Miss Salty. Yeah, that's it.
And she's also she's back streaming and stuff also on Twitch due to the Mixer shutdown situation. Screw you, Mixer. Obviously, as well as Derpy, we had Gold Dust, the Scottish lad.
Oh, do you know what I felt like Gold Dust to me is like the Zuds of today. Even you knew Zuds, I think, Anthony, before. And Gold Dust. This guy winds me up because he has so much potential. He's so funny, and he's got such a great personality. Like, he's very nice. You know what I mean? He's nice, funny, memeaholic. He's just an absolute down to earth lad and that. And it just winds me up that he puts himself down and practically gives up. And I'll tell him all the time, don't give up because you have the potential.
Yeah.
Just keep to what you're doing. And yeah, I think it's because like, obviously Mixer is not as big as Twitch, whereas like he was playing Overwatch and Mixer wasn't known for Overwatch or anything like that. It was just mainly Fortnite. So I did feel for him in that category, and I did want to try my best to help him out.
I think obviously after we were done co-stream, at a certain point we just obviously you saw the growth on your channel and you wanted to capitalize on that growth, so you started like going solo, which we all understood and we knew it was coming eventually. We knew eventually you would go solo. So obviously you went and capitalized on that. I carried on. I then went streaming on my own as well because obviously Derpy disappeared. I sometimes did co-stream with Gold Dust on like Call of Duty and stuff like that. But then obviously Gold Dust, again, not going to talk about it, it's a private situation, but Gold Dust went through some stuff as well. So then he kind of vanished for a little while.
See, I've seen this a bit different, like, because I didn't want to go solo and capitalize. It was more like when Derpy went on holiday, we were still doing our co-streams and all that stuff and that. We were still having fun and everything and that. I just felt like people didn't want to, like, you guys were starting to not want to stream as much anymore. And I felt like I didn't, I was like, okay, so what I did is that I carried on whilst everyone else, you was going through college. Derpy, I think, was going through a phase, and I think Gold Dust, he goes through phases as well, the poor guy. So it was one of them things where because I never left the stream team until like I realized that we're not active anymore with each other and that, you know what I mean? It took a few months and that for me to realize.
I actually don't think you ever left it. I think you left it after I just deleted the stream team, because at a certain point I was like, well, there's no point in having this stream team. The whole idea about it was we had it to play together. If one of us went live, then you could go on that and see that somebody else was live. And at a certain point, it was just you streaming. Obviously, I was in college, and by the time I was getting back from college, I was completely wiped out and just didn't have the energy to stream. So obviously,
I remember that. It's just that's what happens like when you got to juggle two things at once. It's like work. Like once you finish work, you just want to relax. But
it's like it's like next month I go back to college, so it's like once again.
So you got to capitalize on this.
I
Uh,
I found a way around it now though. By next month I'll be fine to go back to college and carry on streaming and creating content. But at that time, obviously, I was going through some stuff um, mentally, so it was
yeah,
kind of like the day to day was extra draining for me because of what was going on up here. So I just
yeah.
decided to take a hiatus from streaming and creating content.
That's the thing. The thing is, what you got to do. This is my advice for anyone that does do streaming or content creation and that. And it's only coming from personal advice and that, like from what I've been through. If you want to make it into the either streaming or like just content creation category, you've got to try and find that energy and that passion that's making you want to do it. You know what I mean? But like, I'm gonna believe me or not, right? I sometimes am tired when I start my stream, but all of a sudden a switch just happens. It just bang, and that's when I start going back into my rhythm. I'm just like, all right, here we go. We're popping off and everything. Like it's one
Mm.
of them things where you just got to try and motivate yourself. You know what I mean? You've got
Yeah.
that's the one thing you've got to believe in yourself and motivate yourself to keep yourself
Mm-hmm.
active and driven to make yourself, you know, and also help each other out. If you see someone with similar viewership to you, like if you don't have anyone that's supporting you or whatever, and that you go approach them,
Yeah.
okay? Because then you can build yourself a circle. You know what I mean? Like it was. I'm not gonna lie. Casually derping. Like when we started off, I had nothing. It was just like I just wanted to have fun on that on streaming
Yeah.
whilst I was, you know, being busy and all. So I got to charge this up.
No worries.
Casually Derpy, she was. I felt like she was the big bringer for us because she
Mm.
was. She had the subscribers at the time when we first started. She had about over 1 million. No, not 1 million.
Bloody
One
hell,
thousand subs. Yeah, imagine. And like I felt she grew that she dragged that audience over for us, and
mm.
she helped us sort out in that category. I was just the idiot. I was just the one shouting a lot. And then what's it called? We had also my man Goldust, who didn't join till later on, a few
Yeah.
months later. It was the absolute meme. We had Anthony, who was like that side on my screen. And we had Taunted with his fucking brilliant computer skills and all that stuff and that, getting it all together and making it. We call him Zerkar from Sidemen. And Becca, she was a rare find. She'll come in and then leave, and then come in.
Becca, because obviously I met you guys through Becca, and then
Yeah,
obviously, because obviously I knew Becca because at the time she was dating my best friend, Joel, aka Comic.
oh no,
Yeah, so obviously we'd play Fortnite together, and then she introduced me to Derpy, who introduced me to you, and then you came up with the idea for us to all start streaming. So we all did that, and then I think the reason Becca disappeared is because I think she started working at a factory, if I remember
all
correctly,
right.
which obviously again because she was already at work by the time that we did that, and she wasn't there for the streams. At which point, because Goldust was already in the chat and Goldust was already supporting us quite a lot. You know, Goldust would drop the donations like a madman. I still have no idea to this day where he got that much money.
You know what? That winds me up to this day as well. I'm like, he was donating like 50 quid to me, about 100 quid to Derpy, 50 quid to. I was like, this guy just non-stop. Like, but the thing is, right, with Becca, she was I felt like the people she was hanging out with on the Xbox was drama orientated.
Yeah, definitely.
She like because one of her friends came into our party chat whilst we was playing Fortnite off stream, whilst and got me to say things about Casually Derpy's best friend's uh, boyfriend. I forgot who Casually Derpy's best friend was now. I forgot it. I think it was Lady Kid or something like that.
Mm.
But yeah, she and she made me say he made me say things. But this guy fancied the girl that he wanted me to talk about, like gossip about. even though I didn't barely know anything about her, and I shouldn't have said anything. That's what I've learned from that.
Yeah.
I've always learned from that not to talk about anyone behind their backs. I've always been one of them people that I've always been like truthful, modest. I never have anything bad to say about anyone.
Yeah.
Like it's one of them things, but I learned from it, and we did it. But yeah, he dragged he dragged her in the party chat. The person I was talking about, he was literally DMing her, saying the amount of things I was saying, even though he was talking a load of smack about her and him. And he left the party as soon as he invited her to the party. And I did admit to her like what I said and everything, and that Becca was sticking up for me as well and everything. And but yeah, that was the first time I actually spoke to her as well, and that, and me and her, like, she was big enough to like accept my apology enough to, yeah. So we haven't spoken since.
Yeah, Becca was very drama oriented. Without going too much into it, obviously, like I said at the time, she was dating my best friend, and there was. I'm not going to go into details, but there was a lot of drama surrounding that whole situation as well.
Yeah.
Which caused a lot of problems for a lot of people. But,
yeah, it's true.
So I do agree with the fact that she was very drama oriented.
See, this is the exclusive stuff, by the way, guys. Like, man, like Taunted, what you're seeing right now is like all the drama. Like, we're getting it all out on the table. But this was all back in like 2017, 2018. So this was a while back.
I'm the Keemstar of our group.
Keemstar of trivia.
Yeah, right. So obviously we've talked a little bit about your start mixer, my start mixer. Let's talk a bit about the whole mixer shutdown.
Well, this was practically a chuck in the face. This was like Microsoft literally it was like a text via just you're getting dumped. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're dumped, bro. Like just dumped via text. But yeah, so we didn't know that Mixer was shutting down until they revealed it as well on Twitter as well. But the staff of Mixer didn't know they were shutting down until 20 minutes before that tweet went live.
Really?
So yeah, the Mixer staff didn't even know until 20 minutes before that Twitter went live, because Microsoft owns it, doesn't it? So there was drama. There was drama at the staff HQ. There was allegations of this woman. There was this head of the Mixer. I forgot her name. She's a tart. She's a twat. She's a prick. Because she was the one that she was the big girl. She was the big lead.
Yeah.
And she literally threw people under the bus. She told everyone if they were getting flooded with Mixer partner applications, she would tell them just to revoke all them all. You know what I mean? And there were staff members there. Yeah. And there were staff members that would literally say, I've learned this from other Mixer staff because they've posted it on social media. And these are OG Beam members, like OG Beam staff members who have passion. This woman was bought from Microsoft to lead it, and she literally all she cared about was herself, and she does not care about anyone. There was some Mixer staff who went to her and said to her, I need to take a break. I've been working months and months and months non-stop, 7 days a week. Can I please take a week off? She said, if you take a rest, you don't bother coming back.
Really?
She was an absolute tar. I wish I remembered her name. But she was the biggest, and she was racist as well.
Yeah, I think that was the whole situation around. My theory with the Mixer shutdown was obviously it was trending everywhere that this woman, this Mixer Microsoft staff member, had racist allegations sent towards her. Well, not sent towards her, being brought out against her because she was saying stuff like this is not my words, this is her words, so don't hate on me for saying this. But she was basically saying that the Mixer partners and the Mixer staff were basically like her slaves, and that she owned them.
She did say that.
And my theory is that Microsoft didn't see a way out of that and just thought it's better if we just shut down the platform. It's gonna.
Yeah. There was always drama orientating around the staff and that. There was drama going on for a long time. You could tell, and that it's been going on for a year, like if not months to years.
Yeah.
So obviously there was always errors, but the thing is, they could not take the heat. Microsoft could not take the heat on this, and they got really they. That's why they just shut down like that. Like it's since when does a business do that? Just shut down, just all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Never. Like TikTok is now getting bought up by Microsoft, and us Mixer peeps are memeing it right now, thinking, "Oh, I wonder how long they're gonna last," and that because Microsoft just literally it's like getting dumped, and then all of a sudden they just go with another person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. We just got tossed to the side.
It's like, weird though. It's weird though because I literally, as this whole situation thing, I was tweeting, I was saying I do not want to see in like a month's time that Microsoft has got another streaming platform. They need to stay out of that category if they're gonna just shut down Mixer. And I was saying this, and then literally like 2 weeks later, I see a tweet promoted on my Twitter timeline about Microsoft being live on this streaming platform, and I was like, that I think that had something to do with it, because they were live on a platform that they owned, but it wasn't like a proper streaming platform. It was like a corporate streaming platform.
Yeah, they wanted to move what they also wanted to do. They wanted to move Mixer over to Facebook. They wanted to merge it together. I was like, so Mixer didn't have the audacity to even sell the platform. They literally just merged it.
Yeah.
With Facebook, they did not. They were like, have it. You know what I mean? Just take it. Facebook Gaming, have it. Mixer's all yours. Like, but to be fair, some of us were leaving anyway. I did lose my driving streaming on Mixer. I'm not gonna lie. At the end, my energy levels were literally lost. I was like, I don't have the drive. The Aura hosting did not like the Aura hosts. They were just they were influx of viewership, and it was just literally not real. It was all fake viewers, because all the hosts. It was nice to help one another out, like giving each other hosts and that, but they were like, it's just passing like a corpse over to the next channel, and then the next corpse. It's like Channel 1. There was barely anyone in Channel 1. Every time I got Channel 1 hosted, 6,000 views, not even one talking.
Yeah, I have never seen the benefit of auto hosting, because Twitch has auto hosting as well, or at least had it. I don't know if they still have it, and I
still do. Yeah.
I've never seen the benefit of that, because what it does, if your channel is offline and somebody that you have put on your auto host list is live, it will automatically host them with your channul. Now the thing is, there is no point in doing that, because if you're not live, there's going to be nobody in your channel. So if your channel's auto hosting them, it's just auto hosting them with no viewers.
I literally think I don't want Twitch to copy Mixer, because I know Mixer did do things that were better than Twitch. Like, there were so many things.
Yeah, like FTL.
Exactly, that's the biggest one. And Twitch, but Twitch did take parts of what Mixer had. But the one thing I wish they didn't drag over was auto host, because that's what I felt really.
No, auto hosting was out before Mixer was even a thing.
Yeah, I'd never liked auto hosting. It wasn't for me. I didn't like it. It was good at the start. I was like, oh my god, that's quite a lot. And then I just thought, it's just, it's not it.
For me, at the stage that Mixer had shut down, I'd already left the platform. About 2 or 3 months prior to that, I had gone to the platform that I currently stream on, which is theta.tv. And I'd gone to there. Obviously, the org that I'm a part of had partnered with that platform. So I thought, it's worth a try. I was streaming 3 days on Twitch, 2 days on Theta, and then I saw that I was getting a lot more viewers and follows and stuff on Theta, and thought, screw it, we'll just go full time over there. it's working better for me as a streamer and my brand. So obviously at the point that Mix shut down, I had already gone, but obviously I still had a lot of friends on Mixer like yourself, Derpy, Smiler, Runaway Lobster, a few more that I can't remember off the top of my head. Some friend I am. So
that's the thing. You got to capitalize on that. Like don't forget, you got to treat every viewership as a person, because that is a real person there that's actually taking their time out to watch you. So for you to be able to get 300 people, imagine that fitting into your house. 300 people watching you, like that is insane.
Yeah.
And also that you like you said with me, you got to capitalize. You got to, if you're growing on it, you got to be that face on that platform.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, try and strive for it. But if you have a bad day, things like that happen. I had a bad day today on stream. Like I was getting knocked offline all the time. It was bloody doing me nutting. But things like this happen. The next day will be better. I'll just think about that. Just keep having fun. You know, like I said, we all streamed for one reason only. I mean, yeah, for at the start, a hobby.
Yeah.
Streaming is a hobby. Content creation's a hobby. Always treat it as a hobby, and you will one day have it as a job, and it will be the job that you would always have loved, and it's amazing.
Yeah, so it's like obviously, like I was saying, like obviously I had friends still on that platform, so obviously I'd seen the tweet before I'd heard anything about Mixer shutting down. I was actually live at that time with some of my friends, and one of them turned around and said, "Have you seen that Mixer's shutting down? They've just tweeted it out." And I was like, "What?" So obviously, I quit the game that I was playing, went straight on Twitter. I was looking at this and I was like, I can't believe Mixer's shutting down. Like,
what was the first thought? Was you like, "Where's Joken going now?" No, joking.
My first thought when Mixer, obviously when I seen that Mixer was shutting down, was obviously that's a lot of people on the platform that are now gonna be pretty much without a home to stream on. You know,
people like they what they tried to do is they actually thought that we would go to the Facebook gaming. They thought that we would be like, "Oh, we're fine, we'll be on Facebook gaming." No, literally like 95% of the people went over to Twitch, and it was insane how much faith they had on Facebook gaming. But people like saying, "Oh my god, I'm doing well on Facebook gaming," and I'm proud of them, but I don't trust myself to go on that platform. So I do apologize to anyone that's streaming on that platform. And now, as a friend of mine, you're still a friend of mine. I know I can't really support. I can give you support by liking tweets and stuff. That's as enough as I can do. But I can't trust myself to make an account and have my personal information from Facebook go over to.
Wait, so you don't have a Facebook account?
I have a Facebook account, but that's for my personal. That's really personal to me. You know what I mean? It's like a.
What you can do on Facebook is say like you can. I'm assuming you have a Facebook page for your Joken brand.
Yeah.
Right. The way Facebook gaming works is it doesn't put your personal thing in there. It puts your page in there and you view it as that page. So like if you were to watch the streams, they would only be able to see Joken. They wouldn't see, obviously your personal information.
I know what you mean by that, but it's also as a viewer. Like because I've heard you can slip a finger and that's your personal account watching that, and you got your friends coming over and watching and everything like that. It's just do you know what? I always thought as Facebook as just like it's just an app. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially for adults. Like I don't only go on there just to browse and that. I can't use Facebook as a streaming service. It's not for me, and I don't really want to.
To be honest, I agree.
Watch.
I don't agree that Facebook should have started their streaming service. I think maybe they saw that their younger audience was declining and thought, let's see if we can bring a more younger audience over this way. Which, as a business standpoint, it's a good idea. It worked to somewhat of a degree. I've seen a few big people actually go over there and try it, like Sprat. He's a former FaZe and a former Optic member. He went over to
Cinnamon
there.
Toast went over there as well, I think.
Who?
Cinnamon Toast. He's a big YouTuber.
Oh yeah,
with
yeah.
3 million subs. Yeah.
He went over there. Sprat went over there. Um, Darkness459, who was a pretty big Titanfall streamer on Twitch, he's over there.
Do you know why they're over there though? Because Facebook Gaming before, exactly. Did you see the amount of money that they were giving these people before Mixer and that shut down? They were big money. Honestly, I even spoke to Tanji Salsa now, who was a big Apex streamer on Mixer, and he was saying they weren't messing about when they were buying people, because they were even trying to buy him, but he refused because he had faith on Mixer, but then he probably got the extra money in that. It's a Facebook Gaming. But yeah, no, they were offering big money. They're offering big money for people to switch over to their platform. And to be honest, I wouldn't want to take their money, to be fair. Even if they offered me like a good 6 digits, you know what I mean? I don't think I would want to. I know it sounds tempting, but I have faith with myself on the platform I'm streaming on to actually maintain that, and I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but if somebody's offering me 6 digits, I don't care what platform it is, I'm gone. I am gone. 6 digits.
No, that's good though.
6 digits in my pocket. There's gonna be like a human-shaped hole in that door because I ain't even gonna bother to open it before I leave the room. I'm gone.
But yeah, no, like I said, it's just one of them things that I just feel like I wanna do it myself. I wanna be independent. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like one of them things. Like, yeah.
I definitely understand that. Obviously, you gotta have faith on the platform that you've chosen to go on. I mean, granted, Twitch wasn't really a chosen platform. It was kind of chosen for you because there wasn't any other platforms.
Oh, that was there's loads of streaming platforms I've noticed since Mixer Switch finished. There was DLive, there was Caffeine, there was Trovo, or whatever it was. There's obviously Facebook Gaming. There was obviously YouTube Gaming. But when you go on YouTube, you don't really go on there to watch just live stream. You go on there to just to watch a video, really, don't you? So that's another like Facebook Gaming sort of thing. But
I mean, you gotta think YouTube as a streaming service it's a fairly big one.
I know, 100%. I just felt like personally.
You've got people over there, like you've got Courage JD over there. Since the Mixer shutdown, Ninja's gone over to YouTube Gaming as well.
Actually, Ninja was streaming on Twitch today.
Was he?
Yeah, I don't know if he's streaming right now as well. He's not partnered on Twitch, but yeah, he's on Twitch right now. He's got 14 point something million followers as well already. So.
Oh no, Ninja already had an account on Twitch.
Yeah, no. I don't know if they like got back his account and that, you know.
He always had his account. It was what had happened with Ninja, and I think I know why he isn't partnered anymore. Because obviously there is people that left Twitch that were partnered, went over to Mixer, that are now still partnered on Twitch and were always partnered. The situation with Mixer was when Ninja went over, obviously when Mixer offered him that contract, and again.
Exactly. Mate, he's winning. Him and Shroud are winning.
Yeah. Obviously, the situation that went on with with Ninja and Twitch is that Twitch then started to promote stuff on his channel without his permission. Now, you'd think it wasn't such a big thing because obviously he's streaming on Mixer, that channel's inactive anyway. But what you got to realise is that's still his name at the top of the page. That's still his sponsors that are in the panels.
Exactly.
And basically Twitch had started promoting stuff, and from what I'd heard people discussing and from tweets at the time is that they were hosting people on his channel, and Twitch had Twitch had chose to host this certain channel that was showing adult video material, let's put it that way, and then obviously Twitch chose to host them with his channel. Obviously, Ninja at that time is now connected to that because it's his channel, his name, and I think Ninja was on the verge of suing them. I think he threatened to sue them over that as well, if I remember correctly.
See, that's the thing. Microsoft thought they could buy their way to success, but that was completely the opposite. They burnt bridges. They really shut themselves down and that.
Yeah.
Since buying out all these big time content creators, they should have invested their money in the community as well as the staff rather than investing money on. I mean, they could have bought Ninja. Yeah, they could have bought Ninja, and then that was it. You know what I mean? No more. That'd be great. That's great for publicity.
Yeah.
But instead, they decided to cut money for the Mixer stuff, who were OGB members, and they practically had to leave because there wasn't enough money for them, because they were getting more than half their wages cut. So all the people that was originally making that platform and making it as fun as it was, they really they lost out on a lot of good staff members. On Mixer.
See, my thing with that is, obviously I spend a lot of time on social media, Twitter especially, and in the past I have actually seen Ninja have interactions with Mixer, and I always said from ages ago when Mixer first started, Ninja is going to go over there eventually, and I was right. He did go over there. The thing is, with the timing that Ninja went over there, obviously Ninja's still a huge content creator. He's still breaking down barriers every single day in the gaming community and streaming community and the content community. But at the time that they had offered him that contract and he went over to Mixer, the reason I think it didn't work out is Ninja was actually on a decline at that point in his viewership.
Since moving to Mixer, his viewership did go down. But when he streamed on Twitch today, on Mixer, he was averaging he was lucky to be in the 10,000s, shall we say. And he was getting around 6K, 4K, and all that stuff on the average. But when he went on Twitch today, he was averaging 80 to 90K.
Really?
That is insane. Yeah. But don't forget, that was his first day back in that. He also had that much on Mixer when he first went over to Mixer.
Yeah.
So on Twitch, he might diminish, obviously, that's how it goes, but he's going to maintain more viewership than he did on Mixer because Mixer was less of a platform compared to Twitch. So Twitch is now going to be his forefront again, and he's going to keep nailing it as always. It would take a lot for him to fail.
Yeah.
It would take a lot.
See, I find it weird that he come back because he, after the Mixer shut down and he took that short break, he was live with Courage, Dr. Lupo.
I saw that.
And, who's the other one? Courage, Dr. Lupo, Ninja, and...
Dr. Disrespect. No.
No, but who was the fourth? Courage, Dr. Lupo, Ninja...
Tim the Tatman?
Tim the Tatman, that's it. God, how can I forget about Tim? I'm sorry.
I was about to say he's the number one. I was just watching him before I went on this podcast. He's funny.
I'm sorry, Tim. It would be my dream to get Tim on this podcast one day. Just saying.
Yeah, imagine.
But
imagine.
Obviously, I seen the YouTube broadcast and they were all hyping it up. Courage was like, "Oh, Ninja's doing his first YouTube gaming stream. It's hype this, hype that. It's going to be awesome for YouTube." So at that time, I just assumed that Ninja had signed a contract with YouTube Gaming.
Yeah. No, I don't think. Otherwise, he would have posted it on Twitter and everything as well himself and that. But no, even on his Twitter, he just said that he was live on Twitter. But I have watched documentaries and all that stuff on Ninja and that. But so this is the latest one I've seen. I think Ninja wants to look more into the Hollywood sort of stuff.
I've seen that trending.
Mainstream.
I've seen that trending on Twitter. Superstar gamer goes Hollywood. I think it was. I think it was titled. And I do think that would be good. I would definitely love for them to do a documentary on Ninja's journey. I think that would be amazing for people to watch and learn from what he has done and accomplished in the community.
He is the one that's breaking boundaries for
Yeah.
us gamers. He's the one getting the word out. This is the first time. Most of the things he's done is the first time for a gamer to do
Yeah.
something, and this he's literally doing it for us as well as himself, obviously. But he's doing a great job as it is. And I know loads of people don't like Ninja because obviously money and that. He's like, oh yeah, he's changed now and that. But the thing is, everyone changes. Like Ninja on Halo, like I always looked at Ninja in that perspective when he was so hyperactive, funny, and stupid, but the best at Halo.
Yeah.
Obviously, his personality changed since we went to H1Z1 and all that stuff and that. But he's still like, he can still be hyper. He's still himself.
I don't think that's due to money though. I think different games give you different mindsets. I can play Call of Duty.
Oh yeah.
I can play Call of Duty and I can be, depending on whether I'm playing like CDL playlists and game battles or just playing pubs or Warzone. If I'm playing that, you'll notice that I'm just sat here quietly concentrating. I'll look at chat every now and again. I'll answer it every now and again. If I'm playing Warzone, I act so damn stupid that you would think I'd hit my head. And that's what I mean. Different games breed different mindsets. So
yeah, like Overwatch, I could look at chat all the time, like because you're with a team and you know what you're doing, and that you can.
Yeah.
It's easy to bounce off a team on Overwatch as well as looking at the chat. Whereas when I play Halo, I have to reply after I die. I can't look at chat during fighting scenes.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Halo, you do that, but if you're playing a BR, you've always got to be like, you don't have time to be acting stupid in a BR.
Except from Fortnite.
Fortnite. I'm sorry for you Fortnite fans, but Fortnite's kind of a joke.
Yeah, it used to be such a. Don't get me wrong, it blasted boundaries. I mean, that thing helped Ninja as well.
Yeah.
But it's but yeah, Fortnite just changed after season 6 for me. That's when I had to put it an end.
I loved Fortnite for the first 3 or 4 seasons, and then they started adding stupid stuff like mechs, sharks.
Oh, darn.
Homing missiles.
They've added cars. They've added cars in the bloody game now. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Oh.
They've now added cars in it. We always knew they were gonna add cars because in the trailer it showed the 18-wheeler, the car and stuff like that. So we always knew it was coming. The thing that I don't like about the current bit of Fortnite, and this is the last thing we're gonna say on Fortnite because otherwise it's gonna turn into a Fortnite episode. It's the water. I don't see I can't see or figure out a reason for them adding like the flood, because it does nothing to benefit the game. If anything, it actually makes the game worse.
They've just gone to that point now where like, oh, they'll think about something and then they'll be like, right, rather than thinking it, just do it, add it in.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them because obviously Apex had the train. Call of Duty is now added the train. I would bet money that next season Fortnite will have a train that goes around the entire map. I'm just.
Oh mate, do you know what? It worked well for Apex Legends, so.
I mean, yeah, it did.
I loved Apex though. Apex, that was the game I fell in love with on the next Battle Royale. But yeah, like I said, I've gone bored of Apex now since moving to Switch. It's not as fun. Yeah. So I'm literally just winging it these days. I feel like I'm playing more Halo now just to get ready for Halo Infinite. I'm hoping that's my send off. I hope that's my next.
Yeah. Your next game that's like that usually up here.
Exactly. Hopefully we get Twitch partnership on that. Hopefully. But we all work well as a team. Like you said, you're nothing without your community.
I'm
You
kind,
gotta work on.
I'm kind of shocked that a lot of the Mixer partners don't have Twitch partnerships. Obviously, Runaway Lobsters got partner. Has Smiler got partner?
No,
So
literally.
you and Smiler literally, I put two of how do I word it? You two, in my opinion, were two of the fastest growing streamers on Mixer in terms of from day one to where it was on the last day. Like you and Smiler both grew at an insane in it, and I mean an insane rate. So I can't fathom the fact that you haven't got a Twitch partner.
Yeah, do you know what? It's we we've me and Smile loads of I've spoken to fellow partners and people who are partners on Twitch. This is what I'm going to say about this. Partnership and affiliate isn't much different, and I'm saying that as like a comfort mechanism as well, but as well as it is kind of true. Um, People that Runaway Lobster deserve it more than others, but there's some people that are partnered who didn't reach the requirements compared to others who
yeah,
have got it. But we, that's where I like draw the line, and I'll say to them, listen, Twitch didn't have to give because Twitch was giving free partnership out practically to some streamers and that, and
yeah,
they didn't have to do that since Mixer dropped out. Because even Twitch was like saying, "Hey, if you're a Mixer streamer, please go on this thing and that." And they did
yeah,
partner some people who didn't, who were like not even averaging 10 viewers. But it's just I've got nothing against the people that are getting partnered, and obviously I wish I was Twitch partnered, but life goes on and that, and I'd rather me and Smile even said it. We'd rather earn it than cheat it anyway. So it was a benefit. Don't get me wrong. Yeah,
we're not saying that the people that have got partner from it didn't earn it.
Yeah,
or
you
don't deserve it.
cheaters! You cheaters! That's what we're saying. Who do you think you are? You. No, joking.
That's not what we're saying, but I do agree with you. I also agree with you in terms of the fact that affiliate and partner are not much different. I mean, obviously, the revenue split is a little bit different for affiliates than it is partners, but not by much. I think it isn't it like 60-40 for affiliates and 50-50 for partners.
Do you know what? I wish I could tell you, but even I don't know. I can't give you any false information if I don't know it myself. Hey, life.
I could be wrong with that. Just FYI.
Yeah, that's it. Just in case you get in trouble. I wasn't involved. It was him that said it. It was him. Him said it. I didn't.
Yeah, but yeah, it is kind of mind blowing to me that you two don't have it, especially since Twitch have actually got rid of this since the Mixer shutdown. I've noticed it used to be plastered all over the page. If you're verified on a different platform, you can apply through these different channels, and you've got a 90% chance of getting verified on Twitch. And I noticed that when Mixer went downhill and Mixer eventually shut down, that Twitch actually stopped pushing that as much.
Yeah, like practically Twitch did partner a lot of people at the start, but then they did like a mass decline.
Yeah.
That's they did all they could, but the thing is, Twitch. I think with if it was the other way around, Mixer would like partner all of them, but that would be their fault. There'll be issues going on there because there's only a few partner managers that can handle all the responsibility of their Twitch partners and all that stuff and that. So that's what Mixer got thrown at. Mixer partner managers got thrown everything at them.
Yeah.
And we were just literally, we felt bad. They didn't have the staff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now that Twitch are smart in that way, where they knew their percentage on the amount of people they could partner, and they had to decline most of us. So it's one of them things.
I feel like. Sorry, go on. Didn't mean to quick one.
I know that's what I said. That's me done.
Alright. I do feel like Twitch is more professional in that matter because obviously You can't partner everyone. It's like
Mm.
if you partner everyone, then you might as well just partner everyone.
Exactly. Like they were practically done it as an affiliate anyway, but they don't
Mm.
have to put partner managers behind it. But yeah, like you said, it's one of them things. I do hope we get partnered because I
Mm.
was watching a Twitch partner earlier in that on Twitter, and they literally demonstrated it a lot. That I'll show you. So basically, it was like saying, so if you got a Twitch partner lanyard and you're at a PAX or something like that, and you see a stand with people and all that stuff, and that's saying like promoting their products and that, and they see that lanyard saying Twitch partner, they would be like saying, come, sit here, partner, Twitch partner, sit there, you know, you want to make yourself at home, here's a cup of tea and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Whereas if you had a lanyard saying affiliate, they would literally be like, hey, can I sit there? And this would be them. No, you're an affiliate. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm an affiliate. Like, that's good, isn't it? And they're like, no, look over there. Do you see them? Affiliates. Do you see them over there? Affiliates. Do you see them over there? Affiliates. You know what I mean?
There's like
It's one of them things where you've got to be partnered to get yourself a big sponsorship. You know what I mean?
yeah, I get that. Yeah, I definitely understand that because obviously like a lot there's like I don't know what it affiliates is a dime a dozen, but partners it's like there's a handful of them.
Yeah, exactly. It's true. It's true.
Yeah. Right. So we got a little bit off track. I ain't gonna lie. So we've talked about
Yeah.
the beginning of Mixer. We've talked about the Mixer shutdown situation. What are your goals for Twitch, other than partner?
I want to build a massive community as always. I
Mm.
want to get us. I want to make us a Halo brand as well. Like a lot. I want us to be like the big Halo community. I want to be established in that community, especially. Like I know it's going to be easier said than done now because obviously we don't know if Halo Infinite is going to be the biggest thing yet.
Yeah.
Like it was back in 2009. But I'm hoping I can do that. But I also just want to. There's just so many things I want to do in that. It's just trying to maintain it. At the moment, I've got to try and maintain what I have because we are dropping us Mixer peeps and that. Because obviously at the start it's like massive, everyone's going big.
Mm.
But now we're all on a reset. It's trying to maintain what you have.
Yeah.
Is what we're all finding quite difficult at this stage. But once it happens, it happens. And I just want to be as big. I just want to be like big, like XQC and that. But we all do, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's why you got to try and try harder. So have a mindset and have fun, be entertaining, and yeah, that's really my main goals. I also want to help out others as well, other streamers as well, and you know, Smiler's doing his podcast and that as well, and Smiler's doing really well on them. I think he would do really well on the Twitch scene and that when it comes to those. Like Retaunted, if you start working hard enough, you could be the same on YouTube. Legend. That's it. Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't get emotional. Oh.
Yeah, I know. I mean, an issue that I've had is consistency. I mean, I'm a lot more consistent now. I mean, obviously we've got this podcast. This podcast is available on YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Podcasts. We're working on Apple Podcasts, but they are being difficult as always. And as well as the podcast, you know, obviously we've got the YouTube gaming videos for like Call of Duty, Warface, and then obviously we've got the stream highlights, and obviously we've got the actual streams over on Data. So got a lot going on, and I'm hoping I don't burn out.
That's it. Give yourself a bit of rest now and then, and just do a bit of work at a time, and you know your energy. Know your energy the most.
Yeah.
Just don't throw everything at once and that. Like when you feel like you've got a little bit of energy left, don't use it all.
Yeah.
Save it, reserve it next time.
A big issue for me recently is I've fixed it now, but for the past 2 or 3 weeks, I actually haven't been able to sleep at night.
Really?
What
the hell's going on?
I have no idea. I fixed it now. I can sleep at night and wake up at normal time. But for me, I was awake all night, and then I'd be awake until like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and then I'd finally fall asleep, wake up at like 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
You're thinking too much about me at night. You got to stop thinking about
my
me.
my day's gone. I've got no other time to do anything, as far as streaming or like.
As much as you love
editing.
G Fuel, lay off the G Fuel. That's probably what's keeping you up all night. You down in them energy drinks.
Quite possible. Quite possible. Nah, but
They do say on G Fuel to drink responsibly.
I don't do anything responsibly.
That's true.
Right. We've discussed quite a few topics. Is there any other topics that you want to discuss and talk about?
Do you know what? I actually have none. I've literally come in here like because of mind blank. I'm just like, who here likes to support Crystal Palace?
Who's Crystal Palace?
Okay, this guy. You know what? You little glory supporter. I'm not surprised.
That was a genuine question.
What's Crystal Palace?
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave this call. Bye. Oh,
I'm not a football supporter. I'm more of a basketball, NBA type person. Always have been.
Do you miss the dream team?
I'm gonna be honest, and this is nothing against any of you, but
you bastard.
I don't. Just for the main reason, I stream, obviously, like I've mentioned it a few times in this podcast episode. I stream on data.
Yeah.
Now, and when we streamed on Mixer, I feel like obviously the majority of the streamers were coming through from Derpy and Joken, and I feel like me and Goldust were just there. I feel like obviously
you know, were there for content. What do you mean?
Yeah,
you were the content. I think you two just didn't sell yourselves out as much. Like, you was like, no, if you check out Anthony, like, you know what I mean, like Call of Duty, I'll tell you now, I'll get you donuts.
Yeah, yeah. I just feel like I don't know what it was. I just felt like, and I saw some of the comments in the chat and stuff like that, and a lot of towards the end of it, a lot of the comments were just like, why do you guys co-stream? Can't you just stream normally? It's hard to watch you. We can't just watch you Joken or you Derpy or you Goldust. We have to watch everyone. And towards the end of it, I felt like I was just there, not really contributing much. If that makes sense.
I know what you mean, but it was nice having everyone. Like, what I was hoping for this dream team to be was like we could have grown it into something. You know what I mean? We're all a team, a unit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like Smosh, you know Smosh?
No.
Oh, on YouTube.
No.
You don't remember them popular ones? Well, basically there was people there that was obviously the popular ones, and there was ones that were like the door's opening.
I wondered what that was.
Haunted. So yeah, no, basically there's everyone has a contribution, and it is true. Like, you may not see it. I did see it. I thought you was really good at like your streams were more professional. And you was more of like the calm down sort of person.
Yeah.
Whereas Goldust was like the hyperactive Scottish lad who was always memeing everything and that.
Yeah.
I was just the idiot, and Derpy was obviously the ringleader.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I felt like it was.
I do agree with that. I feel like my streams at that point on Mixer, my personality and the way that I acted on stream were, how do I word it? My personality and stream etiquette were for a larger channel, which obviously wasn't mine. I feel like I acted like my channel was larger than it was on streams. If that makes sense.
That's the thing. You got to appeal to your audience. You've got to appeal to what you have. You know what I mean? It's one of them things where, like, even I struggle to figure out what I'm like. You know what I mean? Like, I still think people call me the alpha still, and I'm like, well, they usually call me the beta, but I don't really call myself the alpha as much as I used to anymore. Personality change and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's not. We all change. You know what I mean? I'm still hyperactive. I'm still an idiot. Like, I just don't say the words that I used to say anymore. And obviously, you've grown up as well, and now you're drinking G Fuel, dosing on Call of Duty. You know what I mean?
I don't actually play Call of Duty as much anymore. That's like personality change. When your personality changes, the games that you enjoy playing changes. And as much as I still enjoy playing Call of Duty and still enjoy sniping and creating content on Call of Duty, I enjoy playing other games like Warface and NBA 2K20 and CS:GO, Valorant, stuff like that now.
Guys.
I enjoy the diversity in my content now. I feel like that was one thing that kind of, when I was on Mixer, I was only streaming Call of Duty day in, day out, and I feel like that's what really got it to the point where it's like, I just don't want to go live today, and I feel like that's something that people have got to be careful of if you're going to stream one game, is that eventually you will just be like, I just don't want to play this game today.
It's true. It is true. You get them. That's why it's good to have a bit of a variety in your head, and that, because then you'll get burnt out. You will get burnt out if you stream if you feel like you're forced to play something. That's why I stopped playing Fortnite whilst I did. That's why I switched over to GTA 5. GTA 5 was my main game after that.
Yeah.
And then I started switching back and forth to them two. Then I got bored of both of them, and I switched over to Apex.
Yeah.
Like, mate, I keep on changing now, and it winds me up. Whereas on Halo was every 2 years it used to be out. Now, this is the longest time we've had to wait for Halo, because I played Halo 5 for 2 years before, you know. I played Halo for 2 years, in 2015 to 2017. And no, we haven't got a new Halo. We've been waiting for so long and been playing all different types of games. It's been the longest 5 years of my life.
I mean, we did actually have a Halo 2 years after, but it wasn't the Halo that we normally get. We actually got Halo Wars 2 years after Halo 5. Obviously it's not the same thing, but it is a Halo.
It's a Halo game, yeah. It's just not the first person shooters.
I honestly, I've tried playing Halo Wars, and honestly I don't get the concept at all.
Do you know what? Halo Wars is good, but the first one was great, the campaign and everything like that. The second one was also good, but the cutscene, you'd only get about like 4 cutscenes in that game, and that was it. It was so dumb.
I didn't even know there was cutscenes. I'm gonna be honest.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Yeah. Right, so we've been talking for a little bit. Obviously, let's go through it. We discussed Start Mixer, the Mixer shutdown, Twitch goals. We've discussed a bit of Fortnite in between that. Had a few streaming tips in this as well from both me and Joken. One thing that I do want to announce, although it might be a bit premature, we're going to try our best to get this to happen. Obviously, Joken's down. I'm 100% down. I came up with the idea. And that is that I'm going to talk to our former Dream Team members, Casually Derpy, currently known as Miss Salty, and Goldust, who is, well, Goldust. And we're going to see whether we can get a Dream Team community podcast reunion. Where the hell did I pull community
Dream Team podcast reunion.
That's the one. Dream Team podcast
Plan
reunion.
it out. That's how you planned it out last time. You did it well. You did a good job before this podcast. You saying it right, and you start a podcast, and then you screw it up.
Yep.
What's going on?
It's just how it goes. When it's the time for you to actually say it correctly, you balls it up.
That's right. It's on YouTube. You can crop it out and then rechange the audio and all that stuff.
Nothing in this podcast gets cut. This entire podcast episode is uncut.
It's Live.
Oh, live.
Oh, the spell. Yeah. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Someone get him a doctor. Fucking hell.
Cut me some slack. I've been busy today, man. I've still got one more podcast to record after this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Getting up early and making yourself Weetabix is tough work, bro. No, I'm joking.
I actually haven't eaten yet.
Yeah, too busy drinking. That's why you probably drink your shaker cups.
That was actually the one that I drank for this was my first one today.
Ooh. Only one today, champ.
I've been drinking my 7-Up instead.
Oh, wow. Oh. Blimey.
But yeah, we are going to try and get the Dream Team reunion podcast to... Hey, I got it right. To be a thing. We're going to talk to the other 2 members, see whether they're down. If not, it might just be me, Joken, and Goldust, or me, Joken, and Derpy. Oh, Miss Salt. Do you know what? She's Derpy.
Her calling herself Derpy. It was like, that was literally her image. It was funny and quirky.
Like the dirt. Like, what were all of our communities back then? Yours were the Jesters and still are. Hers were the Derps. What were Goldust's?
I have no clue. It was like Pixies or something, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, the Pixies. That was it. What were mine?
Yeah,
because obviously
it was the Donuts. Or something like that.
Was it?
Yeah, because you was like, come be a donut or something like that. You used to say stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
If you're wondering...
That's probably why you didn't get as many like people going for you and that, because they didn't want to be called a donut.
Probably. If you don't know, guys, back then I've gone by quite a few different names. Back then on Mixer, I went by Call of Doughy. It was kind of a play on Call of Duty, and my name, which before that was Donut, I shortened it to Doughy and then came up with the Call of Doughy pun. After that, I went by Bigsy, and then I landed on Retaunted.
Yeah, you went through a couple of rebrands, didn't you? That's what me and Smile were talking about before. We were like saying, "Oh yeah, Smiler and
it
me
was
and
just,
Smile were like thinking."
it was just finding the right image for me. I didn't feel like Donut really fitted like a professional brand as well. I didn't feel like Doughy did either.
What happened to your stream teams as well on that? Because you were joining like back and forth to some stream teams.
They weren't they weren't stream teams. They were orgs like Exxon and Awaken Militia. Obviously, I joined Exxon and then I became stream lead for Exxon, which meant that I dealt with all of the streamers for that org. Not long after that, I got offered a ownership position for that org, which that fell through, and then I left Exxon. I joined Awaken, and I joined Skies before Awaken actually, Skies GG, and then that fell through. Basically, I kept joining these orgs and they kept falling through, and then I joined the org that I'm in now, which is Eastern Media GG. I've been in that org for 9 months. In 4 days, I've been in this org for 9 months.
Hopefully, it sticks that way. All right. Don't be leaving any more on that. Are you loyal to this one?
I've always said if I ever do leave EMGG, I'm not gonna join another one. I'm gonna start my own.
Interesting.
So
you call that the dream team, are you?
No, it's actually
the B team.
I actually do have the account for it just in case. Where's my phone?
Cat.
What did I call it again? I can't remember off the top of my head. Does my phone want to work? Bear with me a sec.
We call them the Mixer Rejects.
Collateral.
Oh, I thought he was going to do Mixer Rejects to invite all the Mixer peeps over to your stream team and that, and be like, you know, it'd be a good way to counter it, you know what I mean? The people, all of us Mixer peeps getting absolutely destroyed in that from Mixer.
Yeah. Right, one last thing that I want to talk about before we end this podcast, because I feel like we're rambling a little bit. That has just come to my head. Watch Prime. Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Memes. Crooks. Absolute dog shit. It has nothing. There's literally nothing. Like they already wanted your bank account details and that to sign up for the beta. I was like, no. Like, mate, no, I think it's absolute. It's gonna be a meme. It's still a meme to this day. It's literally nothing.
I have some information for you.
Go on.
So, somebody contacted a person, I don't know what the person's name is, saying, why don't you start your own streaming platform for the Mixer refugees called Watch Prime? And he was considering it, and he was thinking about it, and was actually going to do it. And then out of the blue, this Watch Prime Twitter account and website appears. The Watch Prime was actually going to be a serious thing, and then somebody took it and turned it into pretty much a scam.
Yeah.
If you go to watchprime.com on your computer, it actually comes up with, bear with me a sec, codename Prime. I'll just read the first thing. It goes, okay, let's have a chat. First things first, this page domain was not set up by whoever set up the Watch Prime on Twitter. I have nothing to do with that, but I'd like to talk about how we got here. Forgive me, this is long, but I hope it is insightful.
That's right. What you could do, actually, you could put this on your YouTube and that. You could, like, try and publish it if you want, if you could say. Like, you could, like, let the chat read it whilst you, like, scroll down for it. You know what I mean?
I might do a separate video on Watch Prime, yeah. That's a good idea.
Okay, there you go. Boom. Sorted. So I did see that, and I was thinking that is, like, literally, like, Romeo to Juliet, that freaking script.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Jeez. So yeah, basically, Watch Prime was supposed to be a serious thing, but it turned into pretty much a scam. And I don't know if Watch Prime had been a serious thing. Do you think that it could have been a serious contender for Twitch and?
It would only have been a contender if the people like Ninja, Dr. Disrespect, and some others actually joined that thing. It would not have been a challenge. Although I've not really seen a streaming service that was quite the biggest competition against Twitch yet. So
I think Mixer did give it a good run.
Mixer was the only platform that was actually just orientated to streaming.
Yeah.
Whereas YouTube gaming and all that stuff and all that, like YouTube's for like mainly videos, as well as Facebook gaming is mainly for Facebook.
Yeah.
Mixer was all dedicated streaming, and so that was, I felt like Microsoft just couldn't take it and just dicked it, and I feel like they've made the biggest mistake of their lives.
I wish before they shut it down, I wish they would have got in touch with Matt and the other guy that created it and said,
Matt and James.
Yeah, and said, look, we're shutting it down. Before we do that, would you like to take back over?
Yeah, or like at least like give any advice before if we ever did come to that decision. But then again, this is Microsoft. They're a big brand. They would never do that. They're just.
I feel like it would have been the right thing to do. I mean, obviously, Matt and James have gone on to do different things. I think Matt he does stuff with Gamergoo now, is it?
Yeah, James is with Gamergoo. And Matt, I have no clue what he's up to these days. He's probably just living life.
Probably. Well, I mean, they did get paid quite a bit from Microsoft.
Oh, they were the ownership. They were the owners, mate. They were still around even after Microsoft bought them out, and that is. Yeah, it's just a shame that what it's become now.
I feel like, because obviously they were around until late last year. They both left to pursue other things. And I feel like if they hadn't have left to pursue other things and were still a part of it, I do feel like Microsoft would have just said to them, just take it back if they were still involved in it. I don't think they would have ever let it go under.
They should have just left it with them two, because them two had that stream. Them two would not have left if, this is my personal theory, I think those two would not have left if the staff members from Mixer didn't leave.
Yeah.
Like, those were like they were friends before this. Like, all them guys were all mates. They all they were all dedicated to one thing, and that's to get Bean at the time to where it's at now, and they did a brilliant freaking job. And it's a shame that Microsoft, a big brand, has to come over, think about the money, and fuck it up.
Yeah. Right. So we discussed quite a bit. I'm just looking at the time, and I do know that you've got to do something at 7, and that's in 2 minutes. So we're gonna end off this podcast here. It has been amazing having you on this podcast, Joken. Hopefully we can have you on it again for season 2 of the podcast, whenever that might be, and hopefully the reunion podcast for the Dream Team does go through, and we can have you on that as well. Yeah, we discussed quite a bit. We discussed both mine and Joken's Star Mixer, the Mix Shutdown, Twitch, Fortnite, quite a bit, and I feel like it's been pretty insightful for both of our communities for the new people to figure out how we both began and got to know each other and stuff like that. I do want to remind you guys that this podcast is available on YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, Google Podcast, and hopefully soon Apple Podcast. And for now, okay. Hopefully Apple Podcast soon. And that is going to do it for this episode. We'll see you next time, guys.